Good morning, students. Today I will teach you our first lesson from our second book, Snapshots. The name of the lesson is The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, written by William Sarian. Before going to start our lesson, I want to tell you something about the writer of this lesson. William Sarian was born in 1908 in California, United States America. He was an Armenian American novelist, playwright, and short story writer. He was awarded with Pulitzer Prize for drama in 1940 and in 1943 won the Academy Award for the Best Story for the film adaptation of his novel, The Human Comedy. He wrote extensively about the American immigrant life in California. He has been described by one of the magazine the most prominent figure of the mid 20th century. Some of his best known work are The Time of Your Life, My Name is R. He was died in 1981 in California, America. Now, the main character and the places of the lesson. The first one is R, narrator of the story, a 9 years old boy. Second one is Murad, cousin of R, a 13 years old boy. Khosrow, R and Murad's uncle. Ark, Khosrow's son. Jorab, Murad's father. John Barrow, an Asian farmer. Armenia, a nation between Asia and Europe. Gargalanian, an Armenian tribe. Asian, related to ancient Asia. Avenue, a wide road with tree on both sides. Now, the detailed summary of the lesson. R is a 9-year-old boy from the Gargalian tribe, a member of an Armenian community living among the lush fruit orchard and vineyard of California. One morning, Arm is awakened at 4 in morning by his 13 years old cousin Murad, who thought to be crazy by everyone except Arm. He had a way with animals. Arm is shocked to see that Murad is sitting on a beautiful white horse. Arm had always wanted to ride a horse, but his family is too poor to afford one. However, in spite of being poor, the Gargalanian tribe is noted for its honesty and trust. As a result, it is unthinkable that Murad would have stolen the horse. Am felt that his cousin couldn't have stolen the horse. Murad invited Am to ride the horse. The idea of Murad stealing the horse drained away from Arm's mind, as he felt that it wouldn't become stealing unless they offered to sell the horse. They enjoyed rides on the horse for a few hours. Murad's crazy behavior was considered to be of natural descent from their uncle Khosrow, even though his father Jorab was a practical man. Uncle Khosrow was an enormous man who was always furious, impatient, and irritable. He would roar for everyone to stop talking and say, "It is no harm, pay no attention to it." In fact, one day when his son came and told him that the house was on fire, Khosrow silenced him by roaring, "Enough, it is no harm." After a short ride, Murad wanted to ride alone. On the horse, Arm too wanted to ride, but when he sat on the horse and kicked its muscle, it reared and shouted and raced forward, eventually dropping Arm off its back. After half an hour, they found the horse and hid it in the barn of a deserted vineyard of a farmer named Fadjian, which had been his pride. That afternoon, an Asian farmer named John Barrow, an Asian friend of Gargalian, came to Arm's house. He reported to Arm's mother that his white horse, which had been stolen a month ago, was still missing. Hearing this, Arm concludes that Murad must have had the horse for a long time. Khosrow, who was at Arm's house when Barrow came, shouted, "It is no harm," to such an extent that Barrow was forced to leave to avoid responding. Arm ran to Murad to inform him about Barrow's arrival. Arm also pleads with Murad not to return the horse until he could learn to ride. Murad disagrees, saying that Arm would take at least a year to learn, but promises he would keep it for 6 months at most. This became a routine. Murad come daily to pick Arm to ride, and Arm continuously fell off the horseback after every attempt. 2 weeks later, when they were going to keep the horse back to its hiding place, they met Barrow on the road. The farmer was extremely surprised. He recognized his horse but refused to believe that the boys had stolen it. He said, "The horse is twin of my horse." And a suspicious man would believe his eyes instead of his heart. But Barrow knew in the Gargalian tribe for its honesty, discarded his suspicions and left. This incident made them to rethink. They returned the horse and Barrow was overjoyed. Now, the important question of the lesson. The first one is, which tribe did Arm and his cousin Murad belong to? What was their tribe known for? Answer. Arm and Murad were cousins. They belonged to the Gargalian family. This large family was extremely poor, yet they were famous for their honesty. They were very proud, honest, and just. No member of the family could ever think of stealing. Question number 2. Why did Murad wake up Arm? How did Arm react to what he saw? Murad woke up Arm in order to give him a chance to enjoy horse riding. Arm could not believe his eyes when he saw the beautiful white horse. He knew that Murad was too poor to buy a horse, so it must have been a stolen one. Question number 3. Who was the real owner of the beautiful white horse? How did Arm come to know about him? The real owner of the horse was John Barrow. He had bought it for $60. On a visit to Arm's house, he complained of his loss. This assured Arm that the horse had been stolen by Murad. Question number 4. Bring out the significance of the white horse in Sarian's story. The white horse is a central figure in Sarian's story. Its and its entry highlights the difference in the character of the cousins. Sorry, it gives the story some thrill and action. We read on with anticipation to know as to when and how the boys would return the horse. If ever, in the end, it is with its regard, rightful honor. So it dominates the whole story. Question number 5. Who was John Barrow? What did he first lose but finally recover? John Barrow was an Asian farmer and lived in the neighborhood. He was a frequent visitor to Arm's house. His white horse was stolen a few days or months ago by Murad. Now they returned it to him when they realized that their family honor was at stake. Now, some questions to try out at home. Question first. What was common between Murad and Am? In what respect did they differ from each other? Question number 2. Why could Am not believe what he saw that morning? Question number 3. Who was Uncle Khosrow? What were some of the notable traits of his character? Question number 4. What was Am's experience when he rode the white horse alone? And question number 5. What did Am think about Murad's action of riding stolen horse? How did he justify Murad's action? Thank you and have a nice day.